Welcome to Roman to Yoga. If you're new here, I'm Casey. Make your way to your yoga mat, place your feet hip-width distance apart, and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Extend your legs long, flex your ankles, take a full body stretch. Turn your head left and right a few times. Place your hands at heart center, draw your chin down and back, and select a word to focus on for today's yoga practice. Whatever first comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. There are no wrong answers in today's class. Place a bend in your knees. Lower your hands down. Clasp your hands behind your right thigh. Inhale, lift your foot up. Exhale, lower your foot down. One breath with one movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Next time you lift up, find stillness. Notice that there is a micro bend in your knee. And if you want to go a little bit forward, if you want to a little bit more, extend your left leg long. Keep your ankles flexed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back. And breathe deeply. Release the pose. Clasp your hands behind your left thigh. Inhale, lift your foot up. Exhale, lower down towards the mat. You've been here before. Movement before stillness. Warming things up. Next time you lift the foot up, pause. Extend your right leg long if you want a little bit more. And flex your ankles. Keep a generous bend in both of your knees. That way you don't hyperextend. Remember, meet yourself where you're at. You're exactly where you need to be. The most important thing is you made time for you, and that's all that matters. Lower your foot down, extend the legs long. Adjust yourself as needed. Turn over onto one side. Place a bend in your knees. If you're using a pillow today, keep it near you at this time. Place it in front of your shins. Extend your arms long. Rest your head on the floor. Note, if you want a little bit more support under your neck, you can add a pillow there, or you can just keep it on the floor, whatever feels best to you. Trace your right arm above your head and meet the hands together. Inhale, trace up and around. Exhale, palms to touch. Set this into movement. One breath with one movement. Go slow. Notice that you're taking a full breath cycle to complete the posture. It's so easy to rush through your yoga practice, rush through your life, wonder what's next. But right now, find stillness with the top arm, extend the top leg long over the pillow to rest, and find the neck's neutral position. Soften the muscles in your face, around your jaw, around your eyes. Breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe deeply. Feel the stretch in your underarm. How does that feel in your body? Does it hurt? Do you need this? Do you need to open things up? How much time do you make for you in your life? Do you pour from an empty cup? Or is your cup full? Don't judge yourself. You're just collecting data. Just becoming aware of things. Breathe deeply. Know that you're here for just a little bit longer. So see if you can extend the arm just a little bit farther. Release the pose, come off the pillow, make your way onto your back, and flip the pillow to the opposite side. Come onto your side, place a bend in your knees, extend the arms long, Trace the top arm up and around. Inhale, exhale, palm to touch. One breath with one movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the hands together. Notice how this feels on the opposite side. After you've opened and closed a few times, come to stillness and feel the stretch in your underarm. Note that if it's too much for you to be still in the posture, you can continue to bring movement to your practice. Extend the top leg long and rest it on the pillow. Note, you don't have to have a pillow today. You don't have to have anything, maybe just a padded surface. Remember, during your yoga practice, you don't have to have the latest gear, the best clothes. You just have to have you. You are what is important, you being here. It can be so hard to carve out this time in your day, but the important thing is you made the time for you. So close your eyes, breathe deeply, and thank yourself for getting to your mat. Release the hand down, go slow. Place a bend in your knee and make your way onto your back. Close your eyes and hug your knees into your chest. Gently rock from left to right a couple of times. The easiest way for you, come to hands and knees. Knees should be hip width distance apart, hands shoulder width distance apart. Press your toes together, separate your knees to the wide edge of the mat, and set your hips back onto your heels, but not to stay for now. Return to hands and knees, and then set your hips onto your heels. Go slow. One breath with one movement. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down onto the heels. Notice how this feels in your body. Next time your hips rest on your heels, find stillness. Walk your hands forward. Breathe in and breathe out. If you're feeling any strain in your body, you can grab the pillow at this time and place it under your forehead. It's okay to bring the floor closer to you. Meet yourself where you're at. Walk your hands over towards your right. Notice if your left shoulder has come up. Visualize that your left shoulder is coming closer to the mat. Do you notice the subtle difference in your body? Can you feel the changes? Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the mat against your palms. Notice the sounds of the room. Let them pass through you. Notice the temperature of the room. Walk your hands towards the left and press your right shoulder blade a little bit closer to the mat. Close your eyes and feel the stretch on the opposite side of your body. Return to center. Firmly press your palms into the mat. Return to hands and knees. Knees hip width distance apart. Hands shoulder width distance. Inhale, draw the navel point in and up around the spine. Exhale, soften the belly. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Cat and cow a few times. Feel the stretch in your upper back. Go slow. It's so easy to rush through this posture, but slow it down. I challenge you to see how slow you can go. Today's practice is not a yoga workout. It's a yoga stretch. It's about collecting data, finding out what's going on in your body. Where do you need to focus more attention to? Are you experiencing areas of tightness? Lift the right hand up and thread it through the left. Notice that your shoulders coming down. Inhale, look at your palm to the ceiling. Exhale, trace the hand. Open and close a couple of times. This time, now when you thread it through, let the right shoulder rest on the ground. Extend the left hand forward. Soften the muscles in your face. It's so easy to clench your jaw in this posture, so create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Keep coming back to it. And I want you to notice your feet. Are your toes creeping into one another? If so, gently guide your feet back to hip width distance apart. You may have to do this several times in this posture. That is completely normal. Just keep bringing them back to alignment. You can do it. Be aware of your body. Notice what's going on. Inhale and exhale. Breathe deeply. On your next breath, firmly press your left hand into the mat and come back to hands and knees. Shake things out just a bit, and then inhale, lift your left hand high and thread it through your right body. Inhale, palm to ceiling. Exhale, lower down. Open and close just a few times. Next time you thread it through, rest your left shoulder onto the mat. Walk your right hand forward and let the side of your face rest into the ground beneath you. Notice again if your feet begin to creep into one another. Gently guide them back to hip width distance apart, knees shoulder width distance, and walk that right hand a little bit more forward. And if you notice that your left hand is creeping upward or creeping downward, bring it back to alignment. Remember, these subtle movements in your yoga practice will make a huge difference in the long run. The important thing is you just don't fly through your yoga practice. You focus on your alignment, your posture, your breath, and your mind, bringing it back to the right here and the right now. Remember, all you have is right here and right now. Everything will be waiting for you after your practice. Return to hands and knees. Take just a moment. Extend the right leg long and place it in between your hands. Feel the stretch, and then come to a short lunge. Draw your low belly in and up, chin down and back. Walk that foot forward. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, extend the leg long. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower the hands down. Set this into movement at your own breath's pace. Next time your arms lift up, reach them and shrug the shoulders a little bit. Notice that you're not just crunching upwards with your shoulders, and soften the muscles in your face while you're at it. No looking like you sucked on a lemon today. You're enjoying your yoga practice. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep your core tight, tucked, and engaged. Lower the arms down. Walk the foot back. Extend the arms out in front of you. After you roll out the shoulder blades a few times, flex the ankles. Inhale, lower your right hand to right ankle. Exhale, left hand to left ankle. If you can't reach your ankles today, that is completely okay. You can bring over some blocks. You can touch on your gluteus max. Just wherever you can reach at today is exactly where you need to be. But if you want a little bit more, rest your hands onto your flexed ankles. Notice that your gaze is forward. Try not to completely just drive your chin down into your chest. Lift it up a little bit higher if available to you. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Release the posture. Slowly hip hinge forward, and then step the left foot forward. Place a bend in your knee. Inhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend and straighten your knee a couple of times. You've been here before. Movement before stillness. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Next time you hinge forward with a bent knee, pause. Notice that you're not crunching your shoulders, but you're lifting the arms up to frame the ears. If this is straightening you, you can also clasp your hands onto the elbows, whatever feels best to you. And if it's really too tough, just grab a yoga strap and create a lot of space. Release the pose, step the foot back, sit down onto the mat, extend the legs long out in front of you, and draw all four corners of the right foot into your left thigh. Sit up tall and walk your hands forward. Return to a tall spine. Walk the hands forward. Set this into motion at your own breath's pace. Next time you walk the hands forward, find stillness and bend and straighten your elbows a couple of times if you want to go a little bit deeper. If your knee isn't resting completely on the floor today, that's okay. Remember, you can just put a pillow under your knee if you need to bring the floor closer to you. Things will open up over time. Just stick with it. I advise you to squeeze in a restorative yoga practice at least 3 to 4 times a week after your vigorous workout, or perhaps you work on your feet all day. So you do need to take some time to restore your body, stretch things out, give a little bit of extra attention to areas that need it. Extend the right leg forward and then draw all four corners of the left foot into the right thigh. Flex your ankle and walk your hands forward. Return to a tall spine and then walk the hands forward. Notice that you're hip hinging forward. I don't want you to crunch your spine over. Likely you spend enough time crunching your spine over your phone, crunching your spine while you're driving, crunching your spine at the dinner table. Not in your yoga practice. Give me a long, beautiful spine. I would love to see your long, beautiful spine. So if you take any yoga photos and you do a forward fold or any posture where your spine looks beautiful and lengthened out, I would love for you to tag me in that pose. Remember, it's not about being as flexible as Gumby. It's about just showing up and taking care of your body. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Step your feet to the edge of the mat and lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left and take your gaze to the right. Windshield wipe out your hips just a couple of times. Notice how your hips feel now compared to the very beginning of the class. Take your right foot and place it just above the left knee. Now you can make this as intense or as easy as you would like. Circle your ankle out a few times. Circle your foot out in the opposite direction. Notice if you feel any sticky spots or any areas that need a little bit of TLC. And after you're done rolling out your ankle, find stillness and focus on the words of your intention that you set at the beginning of today's yoga practice. Release the foot down and then pick up your left foot and place it just above your right knee. Begin to circle out your foot in one direction. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Is one foot tighter than the other? Circle your foot in the opposite direction. Lift and spread your toes. No tensing those feet in today's yoga class. Only feel good postures, feel good movements. Find stillness. Release the pose. Come to a cross-legged position, right ankle in front, grab onto your pillow, fold it in half if you want to bring the floor a little bit closer to you, and then rest your forehead onto your hands. Draw your navel point in and up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And once again, notice that you're hinging at your hips. No rounded spines today. Long, beautiful spines. Long, straight spines. Breathe deeply. Release the pose and then change the shape of your legs, meaning left shin in front this time, and whatever hand you were resting on, rest it on the opposite one. Bring your attention to the right here and the right now. You've been here before. You know we're going to hold this about a minute and a half. Enjoy the posture. Don't rush through it. You're almost to the end of your yoga practice. On your next breath, sit up tall, go slow, and separate the feet wide apart. It doesn't have to be extremely wide apart, just find your edge. Flex your ankles, sit up tall, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then walk your hands forward. Once you find a nice stretch, come back to a tall, lengthened out spine, and then repeat this process a few times. Once you feel that you've opened things up, grab onto the gluteus max, pull it a little bit away from the ground, walk the hands forward, and then find stillness. Breathe in and breathe out. Last seconds in this posture. Bring your legs together and shake things out. Now, this posture can be done against the wall or on your mat. If you want to come to the wall with me today, do so at this time. So press your hips up against the wall, extend the legs, flex your ankles, and rest your upper body down. You might have to scooch a couple times, but you'll get there. Or just take a moment and do this posture by clasping behind your thighs. Just a few moments to digest what you just did. Place a bend in your knees. Come to a comfortable seated position. turn off the alarm on your phone telling you that the 25 minutes is up. Close your eyes and always, always commend yourself for making time for you. I hope you enjoyed today's yoga practice. Let me know what kind of video you'd like to see. I'd love to dedicate a video to you.